welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3 in part 35 of our Wulfrik the Wanderer Morlopars campaign. In today's episode, we are here to face off against the Ratkin that have spawned due to the end times here. Clan Moulder's back with just 2 armies, but they are by no means pushovers. We've got some Rat Ogres up front, which are actually going to be the weaker of the group. They've got several Doom Wheels coming on across, a couple Rattling Guns here, which are going to be a huge problem. If they get any amount of sustained fire on our boys, they will be melting away, including the Mammoths. We got some of the Poison Wind Globes, which were incredibly potent. I don't know if this is the variant that has the anti-large, but they have a Poisoned Wind, which is a damage over time that does quite a bit of damage. And luckily it will be doing friendly fire, but they've got lots of large units that should be avoiding that pretty well. These Storm Vermin won't enjoy it at all, but they've got some Giselle teams to be sniping down our Mammoths as well. We've got to get into combat pretty quickly, shut down these Lightning Cannons and Giselles, as well as just keep all these Rattling Guns bogged down. Their large units, being the Doom Wheel and the Brood Horror, while normally pretty deadly, should go down fairly quickly with a combined force of Champions and Javelins. And then we have our reinforcements that should be the nail in the coffin for the enemy, but for now, let's get this thing going. We've got our entire force could be charging up the flank here. Meanwhile, everyone else moving up the front as a supreme distraction. We're going to be taking a ton of casualties on the way in, but that's just fine. Make sure he doesn't get too far ahead of everyone else, but once he does, we can start launching down all sorts of nastiness. How far out can we reach Melkoths? Not very, but it'll be a great spell just for dealing some chip damage. Wulfrik and the Mammoth Parade moving on in. These guys being a little bit slow. We will likely use the Skin Wolves to tie down the Doom Wheel while we leave Wulfrik and the Mammoth rampage through the line. We have 48 seconds, and they do have... Oh man, those reinforcements are going to get here before we can even close the gap. Oh, it's not great. Alright, start throwing out some spells. Melkoths and Overcast gives us a bit more range, so let's go ahead and drop this on the Rattling Guns there. There's the first summon of baddies. Go ahead and charge them down. Put you guys on skirmish mode and send them after... Well, you know what? Don't put them on skirmish mode and try to have them kind of sneak around. Wulfrik's team, let's grab the Skin Wolves here. You two go run down this Doom Wheel. You two go hit the Rat Ogres. Wulfrik goes straight through and on the Poison Wind Globes. Cast some spells. Go ahead and lock these guys up, except for the ones that are fighting the rats. They already scared them off. That should have been pretty quick. Burn and charge. Oh, I told him to. Let's go ahead and say, you guys, charge. Alright, reinforcements have arrived. Bring you guys over pretty quickly. Get it in on these Giselles. Poison's going down. Extra melee defense for everyone there. Let the storm approach. Our Mammoths are bogged down by a bunch of nonsense. Let's bring them on in to attack these Poison Wind Mortars here. You shut down the enemy Lord. Just completely ignore the rats that have spawned. They're of no consequence. I'll bring the rest of these guys on over, though. We need you to get into battle pretty quickly. Looks like we are going to have to sacrifice the boys here. Charge right on in. Don't stop until the enemy is bogged down. Go ahead and have you chuck some javelins over here. Bring the rest of the javelin throwers up.
Bring us to carnage!
Need all the help we can get. Go for a Pit of Shades to rip apart the Storm Vermin here. He should be able to go ahead and throw himself into battle as well. Just fine. Go for a Melkoths. Stop these guys. You charge through to at least stop the fire. Even if you get shut down yourself, we can at least stop the firing. Lovely. Let's drop Sea Fang through this giant line of Storm Vermin here. All of our Mammoths that are fighting need to be enraged. Fighting very well together. Our Skin Wolves are not doing quite as well. Charge through in on the Giselles. Go ahead and drop all of these guys' accuracy because we have no choice, otherwise Wulfrik's going to have a real bad time. Push everyone through. No one should be fighting the front line here. We just need to get in on the Rattling Guns in the back group. Mammoth split on up there. We've got some Rattling Guns that are causing some issues here, so charge on through. Secondary Lords doing good work. We left the Spearmen back, but bring them all over. We'll have the Flyer just kind of hang out up front for now. Snipers are doing good damage. Go ahead and scare them off. Luckily, the poison is going to be doing way more damage to the Grey Seer than our own. You come on back and scare off these Warp Lightning Cannons, please. Man, this should be doing good work in here in the back. Hunter of Champions we should have used. Let's go ahead and use this to scare off some of these Rattling Guns here. Those Rat Ogres are running rampant. Let's try to pull our Skin Wolves out. You guys turn and start chucking javelins this direction. Meanwhile, our Lord is kind of by himself now. Most of our front line has been disintegrated. Let's spit some of the mammoths up then. You need to come on in and hunt down at this Lord here. Alright, they easily dealt with that group. Donnie 2 is holding in just fine. The Skin Wolves are taking some damage. Pulling them away is likely a good idea. They'll flee and they'll regenerate on the way over.
Now is our time.
You go ahead and drop in some Ice Breath on these Storm Vermin there. Keep beating down on this wheel in front of you. Thought I had everyone else keep coming on over. Don't stop, trolls. We need you now more than ever. Come on over and help out with the Plague Monks. I do hope we get a clan. I know they want Clan Pestilence to be the one clan that doesn't really have kind of the more vanilla group, but it'd be great to give them some buffs to the Plague Monks and Surveyors and such. They shouldn't actually be able to rout. I think they should be fully unbreakable. Alright, well, we'll do what we can to chase down the remaining stragglers of Clan Molder here. Thankfully, Throt was nowhere to be seen, and I'll catch y'all in a moment. Alright, we'll take the win. We did take quite a few casualties there, showing up at 351, but our reinforcements, they took almost none, so we'll take the victory, hunt down any stragglers here. And luckily, this now finishes off Throt's force, which we chase down Brom Crackle here. Brom Cackle.
Immediately.
Let's go ahead and grab Wulfrik, bring him on in so he can reinforce. This should eliminate Molder for once and for all. Oh, lovely. Hrorthax has got himself a horse, and he wasn't even anywhere near here. Yeah. Switch over into March their normal stance, and we'll come on over and smash the rats. Do we lose anyone? You rascals. Alright then. Do battle. Alrighty then. Let's hunt down the rest of these poor helpless rats. Full start of the deployment. They do still have several Rattling Guns, 11, 12, and a 19. So we will want to at least be a bit cautious. So we'll have the Cold Voider flying on in from one of the sides there. Just kind of have the mammoths moving in from different angles. We'll have the two ferals on the spot where they're not as in as much peril, since they have a chance of rampaging on out, and that's the worst.
The dark gods command me.
Spearmen kind of in between here. Just kind of giving them an anvil they can pull back to if they need to. They will definitely outpace the boys there, but that'll be just fine. Skin Wolf in the forest there. Main Lord up front, you have nothing but a fireball, which we could still use to do some pretty decent damage to the Brood Horror or just a clump of Storm Vermin here, so let's get this thing started. Infantry. All of the single entities. Well, I like them to be kind of in their own, so Monsters Infantry, then all the single entities. Begin, and battle begin. It would likely be prudent to wait for reinforcements, but that would be not the Norscan way. Forward, lads! Here comes the lightning cannon shot, so go ahead and fly you right over the top and land in and amongst the Warp Lightning. Spearmen move in to engage the Storm Vermin. You will not win that fight, but you just gotta need to hold them down for a moment. Feral Mammoths work together on the Brood Horror there. You go through the line in the Poison Wind Globes. Alright, you go ahead and charge on through. Try to get down on these Warp Lightning Cannons as well. Take some damage on the way in, but that is just the way. Good to go. You break through into those Rattling Guns. That's going to be the most scary part for sure. Launch a fireball at them while you can. Standing still is dangerous, but throw it fast and you should be good. Ooh, that initial volley is always so deadly. But once you get close enough, they do start scattering. Go ahead and hold and throw some ice breath at them. Two of them should easily beat down on that group. Lovely, go ahead and land. Land quickly. Alright, reinforcements are here as well. Here comes the Donnie squad. Bring them on over as quick as we can. You guys need to kind of just stay back. Javelins scoot to this position here. And the rest of the boys can just come on in and fight some randos. I'm going to mute for a moment because a car just picked on up outside. We can continue to watch this battle. Alright, they're going to stay idling for a moment, but I'm back. Go ahead and put things back into normal, and we'll just run the rest of these poor fools over. It's a nice little rat crunch. Our complete lack of siege ourselves means we don't have to worry about those menace below summons even a little bit. Just rats being launched everywhere. It's funny seeing the Marauders. They can move very fast when they want to. The Skaven Slaves ran back on in, or these are Gutter Runners, and they decided they've had enough. They're out. That should be the end of Clan Molder for once and for all. A crushing defeat for Clan Molder. I'm glad we got rid of him quick. Only lost one in that battle there. Probably one of the spearmen. He charged in and got just punched in the face by a happy storm vermin. Sacrifice those captives, and that should eliminate... There we go. All the heroes go away, and that should help rid of the rest of the nasty Skaven corruption. Now to get up north and deal with the Dawi. And Molder's gone, but we have to deal with Krakadrak coming on back. Organ guns, iron drakes, and cannons that we can see. This is going to be a pretty nasty force. Nothing that a few mammoths can't mop up, but we've got to get over there. 87,000 sitting in our treasury at the moment, which is good because we are draining quite a bit. Grab the final point into Mentor, and that's all of Jurgesh's skills passed out. And now we have a permanent little chevron forever. Lovely. You, Jarl. I think we shall make you. Spell resistance is not quite necessary. We'll go for Ritualistic Fury. Take you from 20 up to about 42 attack, which is not amazing, but it's so much better than 27.
Enslave the Southerners.
For Philman, who has been a lovely asset to the squad, we'll give him... Who do you have besides 2 trolls and some spears? Let's make the spears a bit more staunch. So Fearsome Warriors gives them more attack and strength. Well, that's not great. Frostbitten does the same for trolls. That we can at least take more advantage of. The weapon strength and melee attack on the Marauder Spearmen, not necessary. We're not using them for their damage. We're using them for their just kind of staying power. So, Frostbitten is for the trolls. That was to smash those bad guys faster.
Bring death.
Sigden, we will grab your final point into training and then grab hard to hit. We'll grab Razor Claws and hardened to skin as soon as we are able.
Chieftain of the tribe.
Full Baden. We'll grab Kagersval. He's up here in the north, fighting alongside Karl. This is just a full turn later. We've done a bunch of damage up to Sigvald's squad, a whole bunch of just kind of weak auto resolves. Decided to leave them on out, not worth keeping in. We'll grab hard to hit here for you as well. Melee defense has been the key to victory in a lot of these.
Chaos.
We'll grab Balfishi's ability to replenish troops, although we need to make sure we are successful against the greenskins when we send him on over there. So let's grab that's additional 5% damage caused. I guess instead we need to have extra success chance. We don't care about how much damage he does. We want it to actually happen. So Balfish. Come on around, keep working towards the Great Skull Lakes. I am hoping that... So when I was taking a peek over just an overview and trying to figure out what we were going to do for this episode, it does look like any of the end times events that are actually tied to... Interesting. Reichland is fighting against... So it seems to be kind of a mixed bag. Reichland is fighting against Darkwyland, but they are friends with Talzin, and Talzin, both of these factions should have an end times picked off, so I figured they would break ties with anyone that isn't in the same race as them and start rampaging from there, but it does not appear that would be that way. So, like the Dawi here, still have full alignment with at least the Golden Order, so they won't be using their hordes they just claimed to do much damage to the enemies we really want them to. They may get caught up fighting the Greenskins, though, which I can only hope. He's made good friends with the cool, crushing Goldtooth, so hopefully he can kind of stay fighting the Dawi, keep them off our back while we deal with Krakadrak, and finish off Sigvald up here in the north. Yes, like I said, we have taken the Blood Mountain and Furnius, and we've also taken down the Black Rock. Really, really easy auto-resolves. We lost a few. I say easy. It said there was going to be way less than this, but we lost a few, but they were quick auto-resolves. We're just going to keep moving up, mopping up the cool here, and then claiming the Twisted Towers. Issue being that there are a few armies kind of knocking around in our territory itself.
Absolutely not.
So as long as we move quick, though, we can kind of cut them off from any extra reinforcements. So they're just recruiting from the land, which is still pretty deadly. Chaos can pull in the champions from just about anywhere that has high undivided corruption. So you want to... Well, we can't do anything about it because we do spread undivided corruption. So champions will be fighting us pretty much no matter where we're at.
Madness.
All right, we've got 87,000 gold, and I don't actually think we have much to spend it on. We could just start finishing off the different buildings we have all over the place. I will always be grabbing more defensive slots. Krakadrak is about to be attacked by the hordes of dwarves. Go for the increased Victi Temple here for extra recruit rank on our lords. Got 78,000 still. Altar of the Bloodfires is not a terrible idea. We've got so much gold. We haven't really gone for any of the War Shrine Mammoths yet, but I think it's not a bad idea to start grabbing some. I would like to for Wulfrik's army, but he is a little bit too far south. Taking, 6 turns to recruit them is just not fun. Or now we could get better defenses, but it'll just get run over no matter what there. Let's go ahead and pull up our diplomacy. Did we lose our outpost originally? Oh yeah, they got taken out. They were up here in Nordland. Huh. Well, let's drop it in at the Brass Keep. I don't know why we didn't do this initially. Easiest for them to actually keep defended. Fortunately, we have to spend more money on it, but I'll take it. Lovely. Go back into diplomacy and see what more kind of alliances of evil we can get to. Oh, village, lovely.
Don't look at him. There's nothing going on under that helmet. Keep your eyes on me.
That's not suspicious at all. But we're not here to ask questions. Yeah, teaming up with Clan... So we do have access to Clan Morza, and they are currently an army that's very interesting. I guess the factions that are aligned with you, even though Skaven aren't necessarily aligned with Chaos, they do, I guess, side with them in the very end, in the end times.
Master of misrule.
The end times no one speaks of. Alright, well that's about as good as we can do. We have Eggle. I had him attack Jizero, and we just sacked it and moved through. Doing some raiding as we try to escape. We can't recruit really much, and well, we can do so. Hang on now. We've got some guys we can grab in one turn. Let's go ahead and throw in some extra troops. Fighting against the undead, what do we need? Likely some skin wolves and some trolls. Trolls, do you guys cause fear? You should be immune to fear then. Love to get more mammoths. They blend through the undead quickly. Let's grab 2 units of spears so we have some chaff. And then we'll grab 1 more skin wolf, and we are full up on this army. I think we might start getting rid of these chariots. They have served us well so far. Spears. I think it's the spears that go. We'll just grab some icy trolls instead. That'll work. I don't believe... Oh, he can reach us. Oh, no. Well, Eggle.
Slaughter the sheep.
We move further. We would have to be in March stance, which would be unfortunate, but would at least keep him alive, so...
Immediately.
Get into march and let's get out of here.
Journeying.
You disappoint me.
Barely out of his range, too. I don't want to lose this army. I care about that more than anything else, so hopefully they can kind of get caught up
Never.
exploding some other settlements and fighting Karak Ziflin. Things are deadly right now.
I am the Wanderer.
Puzzle at every turn. Yeah, no, this is gonna be a problem. Just skip through the unassigned skill points. Torvig, instead of coming down here and exploring for greenskins that don't exist, let's go ahead and join Egil's army once more. We need your battle prowess, now more than ever. I really need the greenskins and the knife ears to start fighting.
A battle.
Quite badly.
See.
That's not a high chance. Let's come on back up to now the Emperor's there. Maybe from Altdorf? Yep, pretty good chance.
Destruction.
There's Wiggle Billings outside. Man, you took a good... Man, Carl is so unlucky. Alright, yeah, that's all we're going to get up to. I don't mind rebuilding some damaged buildings in Infernius and such, since we are kind of rebuilding the Northern Wastes. We are going to continue to kind of we're going to move together quickly with Urel and Ongram here to take down the Twisted Towers. Meanwhile, these two can take out the Cliff of Beasts and the Blinded Cove, respectively. Doing pretty well on the northern attack front. It's just there are several armies knocking around down here in the ocean that can do all sorts of damage to our own homeland, so trades will be made. Alright, Todbringer rather, has hit Castle von Rauken. That's fine. No one around there can defend against what you've got. They've got the Witch Hammer. Hammer of Witches, which is apparently taking, doing less damage and has less range than normal. What is going on with you there, Toddy? Is it the plague? They've got the runs. Krakadrak immediately charges on in to claim back their settlement. So, you know what? Seeing as this one is actually inside the walls here, the choppers are a problem. If we can layer all of our missile fire on the helicopters, we should be able to bring them down pretty aggressively there. These organ guns are only good once they get inside the walls. Cannons are good all the time. Let's see if we can get even more damage than the auto-resolve, because he's just going to think we're just going to get crunched. Let's see how much damage we can actually deliver here. It may be nothing, it may be a lot. Let's go for it. Alright. Only issue is this, the Krakadrak doll. We're going to know all the secrets to besieging Krakadrak, which is apparently all hiding behind out here. Interesting strategy. That's a lot of cannon towers we can fire at you all at the same time, though. Okay, so let's make sure these guys are not up front. We need all of our missiles. And where's going to be our main holdout point? I think we want it to be way closer up than normal, simply because we want to try to eliminate the usability of those cannons there. Of course, further back doesn't really hurt things either. We get a lot of Dawi fighting in the same spot. How many towers are tied to this spot? 1, 2 looks like? No, that one's tied to here. Just the one tower tied to the main victory point. That always does seem to be the case. Okay, so we'll have kind of a split holdout then. I'd like to kind of set up further up. There's too many vectors of attack up here. And back there would allow us to... Well, you know what? No, we can fall back if we take too much damage. So you know what? We'll have two attack fronts here. We'll be 2 damaged anyway, so you know what? We'll set up front and fall back as we need to. So let's set up the meanest, nastiest towers we can, and by that I mean just mean a piercing 1. Piercing 1s are fairly cheap off the start, and we can upgrade them for cheap as well. Guys up on the walls. Who do we want fighting on the walls? Spearmen we don't care about. Berserkers that can actually hold their own for a moment. And then just some more Marauders we also don't care about. Those towers all sorted. We can grab some more guys over here. Just retreat them if no one shows up to move that way, but this is a nice blanket of death. Not doing the most damage, though, these towers. Woof. Only 70? These are max tier towers. Come on, Norska. You guys are really struggling. We'll just have the Axemen holding down this hallway here. Pull one of them a little bit further back just in case the gyrocopters come down. Have the javelin behind them. Bit of a weird formation. It's just for the gyrocopters. They're going to cause problems no matter what. They just got to do whatever they want. Levy you guys off to the side there. To go out and around. Further disrupt those cannons. What do we have up on the walls? These three here. Wall squad, they've got their guard mode on. Perfect. The Marauder champions holding down the actual choke points there. With another group ready to file in behind you guys. Lovely. We'll have the great weapon unit a little bit further up. We do move faster than the Dalby, so we can kind of keep them back as reinforcements and wait for them to come on over. Slayers are very quick, but our Berserkers should fight at least fairly decently against them. Lastly, our Skin Wolves, which will stay up here on the top. Alright. Get this thing started. What say you, helicopters? Oh, you're just gonna sit there and wait for your reinforcements? Oh, that makes me so sad. Well, that's incredibly intelligent, but still not fun. This does allow us to build up some more defenses, though, which is pretty good. I'm gonna just keep grabbing the Tier 1 towers. Throw as many javelins at them as we can. Don't worry about upgrading them afterwards. We can get another one over here, which should provide a bit of cover. Barricade, barricade, barricade. There's another tower spot here that's actually a little bit faster, or a little bit closer, so this will be the one we go for. Alright, 35 seconds before the cannons approach. Let's see who all they get to have reinforcing them, because this is about to be a nasty horde. Longbeards are ready. Great Axe Longbeards as well. And in they march. It is time for the Dawi to ride to war. We will grab the tower in there now. Let our tower start wreaking havoc. As long as we can actually land shots, we're good to go. Focus those choppers down. Yeah, they got getting really good hits actually. We are gonna get bombed though, which is gonna be a bit unfortunate, but if they waste their bombs on the guys on the walls, I don't mind that at all. You tear apart those Slayers. You're far more about dealing with them than anyone else. You're just gonna sit there and get shot? That's great. Tear apart those helicopters. Mochi came in and started shouting at me again. Listen, small cat, I'm recording. If you don't want to get turned into a skin wolf onto this game, then you better act right. Lock is already there. Are we going to get more towers? I think we'll go ahead and start saving, though. We are pretty well layered up for the towered goodness. Let's go ahead and throw in the... Barricade gives us more weapon damage. But we can just get a straight-up blocker. Just kind of delay them even further there. Wouldn't mind a tower here, but there's no Dawi close enough yet, so... Start waiting so we can actually upgrade the towers we currently have. But we're doing good damage to them with our towers. Because of how they're trying to spread out. We're destroying those Slayers. Brimstone guns are taking some good damage. They're blasting apart our Marauders, but at what cost? They're also taking up a lot of the attention from the Longbeards, which we're going to start switching to damaging them right away. Organ guns are going to start taking down the towers, or trying to at least. Go after these Iron Drakes here. Iron Drakes are our main targets. They're going to be our main source of ire here. Very happy to use lots of their ammunition, though. Alright, those Slayers have been a little bit weakened. Let's have to go ahead and go after these organ guns instead. You know what? Actually, I have to go after the Iron Drakes. They're pretty spread out. For the upgrade to the max tier tower, we need to wait. We have 1750. Ooh, that was some damage. Flame cannons are going to start tearing into us now. Scoot over just a little bit so you can kind of keep the towers in the way. Same thing with you guys. Scoot just a bit over. Oh, there goes the walls. Spearmen, don't leave. Go ahead and hide behind this tower. Keep firing on those Iron Drakes. That's when things get real spooky. Okay, they're gonna go further. They're trying to flank all the way around the entire lines. Let's go ahead and go way outside with the lads there. Keep saving for the explosive towers. Ooh, things are getting spooky. There's so many dwarves. Tearing those Iron Drakes down. Slayers went way wide there. They're going all the way around. I think they're making up nonsense about them trying to capture points evenly. They completely surround and destroy. Pretty clever. Bring you guys way wide there. Try to take out the organ guns and such systematically. We have just enough for explosive tower. I think we want it back a little ways, because this one was just going to get shot up. Hopefully that one can actually fire. Guys on the walls are starting to go down. We've dealt a bit of damage to them, but I think they can get a lot of this back on the replenish. Bring these guys forward so they're kind of off to the side. We can get it deployed right. There we go. Alright, Marauders, prepare yourselves. Oh, our towers are betraying our horsemen here. Who would have guessed? Get out of the range. Wow, they're getting destroyed. Under control of the Dawi, those things are accurate. Oh, is the organ gun helping out? Yeah, they just have to turn and fire, doesn't it? They're just not fast enough. Alright, well the lads came on back. Look at that. That's loyalty. Go get these Iron Drakes here. You all will likely not make it, but... Oh good, the bombs. You guys turn and chuck your axes. No more bombs for the boys. Flamethrowers going after our barricades there. Skid Wolves, come on around. There's so many. They're completely surrounding the settlement. That's terrifying. Nothing but terrifying.
So be it. Bring us to carnage.
Sheer amount of flying things explodes those helicopters there.
Yes, Lord.
Pull back a little bit there. I am very, very afeared of the Trollhammer torpedoes.
So be it.
Charge back in to try to stop them. So many enemies up on the front there. Looks like they're wasting a lot of their ammo, or are they actually hitting the barricade? Can't actually tell. You guys turn. Prepare for the helicopters coming on forward.
Get them.
The little guys go. They're going straight back for the victory spot. I'm trying to save for another max tier tower, but this thing doesn't even look like it's throwing explosives out.
That's what the masters made.
Cut down those rangers, or the Trollhammer torpedoes if you can there.
Chaos Marauders. Give us carnage.
Spearmen go through and just shut them down. Bring the Berserkers through as well.
Yes. No. Quick.
Are these Slayers? Yeah, they are. Okay, so we'll bring the Skid Wolves through and try to help out with the Longbeards and such on the inside then.
Chaos Marauders. They will
Marauders are back. Keep trying to shut down those Iron Drakes. I didn't realize you guys have to move up this far to actually start throwing the axes, so let's probably pull you back behind the barricade. They're surrounding from pretty much all sides now. The last of the gyrocopters is about to fall, though. Our champions got butchered by the Slayers. Alright, the next tower we need to upgrade is likely going to be this one. Although surround and destroy has definitely been their strategy. It's working out. We will be losing this tower pretty soon. You take these Slayers out, that'd be great.
Retreat!
Both Javelin Men, or at least the surviving Javelin Men, turn and throw at those guys there. Try to rip through those Slayers. We are holding them back with just sheer amount of throwing axes for now. That won't last forever, though.
Chaos Marauders!
Guys have armor piercing.
Charge! The Dark Gods command me!
We bring them through, they will just get shot down. They don't want to keep fighting against them anymore, so they're going to go around. Fair enough.
Chaos Marauders!
Have these champions come on, hold this position here. They're blowing up those Slayers, even though it looks like this is just a tier 1 tower. I don't... Maybe it's getting some good hits.
Yes, Lord!
Charge forward, pull the Javelins back. You guys turn and start throwing at the gyrocopters there that are in your way.
Chaos Marauders!
You guys do the same. Looks like they're going to go all the way around instead of going at our barricade there.
That's what the
Ooh,
Masters
dangerous.
bid. So be it! A change our direction.
Everyone forward.
All will be destroyed.
You guys back in that corner there should be pretty safe. Dodge on in. Take out as many of those Slayers as you can there. You start exploding those Longbeards. I mean, it looks like it's doing some fair damage. It is a small little oof of an explosion. Go after the hammers instead, please. Let me have my tier 1 tower. Perfect. You guys charge up and stop them so we can actually get that tower in.
Chaos Marauders!
Chuck those blades of the hammers coming on forward. Berserkers, go forward, please. Stop those Rangers. Players are almost gone.
They will succumb.
Move up a bit. We'll have you guys charge down these Slayers here, or these hammers in our way then.
Very well.
Skin Wolves are back once more. We'll just have them play, oh, it's gonna be real unfortunate we lose this one. Do as much damage to those hammers as we can before we lose it. Real good combined fire on those guys there.
Retreat!
Flame cannons are inside the walls.
Chaos comes. The Dark Gods.
Come on, lads, keep chopping through them.
Bring us to carnage.
Bring them on through. Gotta throw through and around those Longbeards. Pull back, indeed. We're starting to lose ground. Is there any more towers we can throw up real quick? Desperation towers go. Oh, we're getting the white flag across the board. How much damage did we get on them? Probably not much. Well done, lads. You fought hard. Alright, well, we got crunched. We did take out one of their gyrocopters, so casualties very minimal for the enemies there. I guess another one of their Slayer teams was taken out as well. And that's it. So we've got a lot to deal with Krakendrak, and they have just claimed back their mountain holds. And they immediately start recruiting a third army. Oh, okay, the Wild Hunt is kicking off now. And the biggest Wa. And the Vermin. Oh, is it? Did we get a second? We get a second round of this? Oh no. Grudge too far. This had better not be happening a second time. I'll be all the sad. Krakendrak get another army. Oh, they do. It happened a second time. Oh no. Well. See, now I wasn't expecting that. It's almost like we've done nothing. That's horrifying. What's going on down here at the Blackstone Post now then? He got like 4 armies each time. Yeah, that's... Well,
Despoil and ravage.
and now Frederick is going to stand in our way too. He's like, if we can't escape the undead, neither shall you.
Never.
Oh, and Gelt's coming on over to face us too.
I refuse.
Everyone versus Eggle. Literally everyone wow, okay. Well, things just took a turn for the extremely worse. Didn't expect the end times to kick off a second time. That means we will have to deal with Clan Molder again.
We are brave.
And they're wielding even deadlier forces the second time here.
All hail Horned Rat.
Well, at least they've got 2 Hell Pit Abominations and these 2 Mutant Ogres. Well, rats. Let's go ahead and start working on the north once more then. We'll deal with what just happened down there momentarily. Alfdir has been great at stealing technology. We can't really move him anywhere, so let's go for one more here. Look at that. I just imagine him running through the streets of the Blighted Grove yelling, "Sabotage!" And they're just like, oh, it's crazy Halfdir again. Don't worry about him.
Enslave.
Little do they know, Halfdir is Master Spy.
Journeying.
Tribesmen, gather!
Continue to replenish
The
and move
eagle
up to
guides
claim
me.
the next cool settlements in our way. Taking a little bit too many casualties, I think, to claim the Blighted Grove. Does this one have... Yeah, it's got the watchtower in the way. So they will not be weak. We'll take the turn to raid.
On the prowl.
We'll attack them next turn there. We'll get full replenishment, no problem.
Chieftain.
You two can work together. Looks like Sigvald is really concerned about losing that last,
Overrun
as
the
he should be.
world. Yes.
Rel, you took way more damage, but let's pull you on out. Jump into said raiding camp stance. Fling into their territory, see what's going on over here. They may have another lord. Ubis.
That will incur my...
Welcome, Ubis.
Bring death immediately.
Sprint on up.
Decamping.
Catch up with Jarrell there. Blood Mountain, I will upgrade. I'm not going to upgrade Infernius. I'd like to just get in the Iron Mine there. For the... I think it's... Let's find out if it's dropped in recruitment cost, or it is something better than that. Oh, it's just recruitment cost faction-wide, which is not bad. If it was upkeep reduction, that'd be far superior.
Strike first.
Alright, Wulfrik, well... I mean, I am tempted to just kind of leave the rats alone this time.
Slaughter the ship. Yes.
We are going to have to replenish probably for one more turn, which is going to allow them to disappear into the wilderness. I guess the good news is less overall rattling guns with his army. The first group has more. Second group has almost none. Kraken Drak just became a powerhouse in one swoop, though. They're definitely gonna start laying waste to all of over here.
You what?
They already started recruiting in another army. Is these guys still free? Well, even after they claim back the settlements, they're free.
I have
Oh,
no time for
well,
this.
that's horrifying. Who would have thought Kraken Drak, our greatest enemy? You guys not fighting with Kraken Drak? I need your help. Want to help. Can I ask them to join our war with them? I think we need to.
You catch me in a moment of less rage, creature. I may spare your soul.
No. See, I don't want to declare war on you. I would like you to join my war against Kraken Drak. You are not at war with any of these Dawi factions at all? That feels a little bit silly. Really doesn't want to. Alright, well. Such is the way. The AI factions just are not affected by the end times. I kind of thought they'd be fighting each other, but I guess they only fight if they want to. Independent, the AI is.
Sea fangs ready.
Alright, well, we will think on dealing with the rats here. Dolman is here as well. I think we could win that fight, but we'll...
Of the tribe. You have
Wait.
my favor.
I'd like to bring you up back to the Fortress of the Damned.
Outstanding.
Or at least somewhere where you can actually help out.
Set by the serpent.
Sven is now sieging the Monolithic Tom, which we would apparently lose. We'll allow them to come on into us, and we'll do as much damage as we can. Slowly losing control of Norska. Throg will be our next movement there, and he's being chased around by Ungram.
Nope.
The most likely path of escape is going to be this direction.
Out of my way! Begone.
Reach us. Not in the underway, but he might be able to naturally. We'll see. If that's the case, Throg might be not long for this world anymore.
Tribesmen gather.
Yeah, we're, as I've said a couple times here, we're in some pretty dire straits. One back up north, try to steal some tech from Carroburg. He fails again. Carl's the worst. Carl is the worst. Lafiche. We definitely could use the extra assistance from the big stinky club there. Faster the better. It kind of looks like the Everchosen has lost a bit of his armies, which is concerning. They may just be making their way down from the north, but...
The eternal
Alright, well, with the reset of what just happened, we will have to face off our enemies once more here, but for now, I am going to be out of time for today. I have been Space Was a Total War. Remember, leave a like for the Light God and a sub for the Sub Zone. See you on the next one.